Participants can see the PowerPoint presentation on the screen. You can confirm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank
Yes,
you.
sir, it's visible.
Yeah. So financial modeling, we are taking it ahead. What financial modeling is exactly. So nothing much theoretical here. We will just see what is financial modeling in brief, and then we'll directly get into the preparation of financial models. So what is financial modeling? Financial modeling is a process conducted to create a financial representation of the entity. It is through this financial model the financial analyst tries to forecast future earnings and the performance of the company. So basically, what you can understand from this is it is a modular representation of the financials estimated performance of the business for coming years, which may be 5 years, 8 years, 10 years, 12 years, etc. And financial modeler, I've used the word here, financial analyst or financial modeler, is actually going to use this technique to do this estimation. Okay, to do these models. Financial modeling is a process of development of models based on financial management tools and financial statement analysis for business decision making using techniques such as estimation, projection, forecasting, etc. with the help of computer aided techniques like Excel. So it's not like only Excel is being used for financial modeling. Other programs like Python and etc. are also being used for financial modeling. But yes, Excel is the program or the software used to the topmost possible ways in making the financial models. Okay, so we are going to see Excel based financial modeling, which is, I will say, 90+% financial modeling is all about using Excel in financial estimations and forecasting. What are the objectives of financial modeling? So financial modeling is for forecasting, financial forecasting. Obviously, as you know that many times we as an individual, we go to the people who do the predictions, future predictions, and we show them our kundli, or we show them our palm reading, handwriting reading, and so on, because we really want to know what is going to happen in future. But when it comes to business also, it is somewhat similar, that when a businessman gets into the business, he or she wants to know what is going to be the future of the business. And if the future is bright, it motivates him or her to proceed ahead in a more better way. And if there are hurdles or some negative outcomes, you can be prepared in advance by looking at this financial forecasting done with financial models. You also do the budgeting with the help of financial models. Very important point is procurement of capital. You know that today is the world of startups. Many startups are coming and what they need is capital. Any 4 or 5 friends joining hands together wanting to start a business, they have a fantastic business idea, but they need some 5 crore rupees to start the business and they want funds. Now, that is procurement of capital. So there are companies, there are individuals like HNIs and etc. who can provide them funds, provided you show them how your business is going to perform in say next 5 years or 8 years, and how it's going to be beneficial to them if they invest their money into your business. Once the capital is procured, the next thing important is capital allocation. That is allocating this capital into the various assets, like short-term assets, like your current assets, etc., long-term assets, like fixed assets, allocating this capital into the business. And yes, business financial modeling will help you do the business valuation also. Down the line, 5 years in, suppose in your startup, you want to sell your business to some other party, then at what price will you sell your business? That needs a business valuation. You might have heard about the deal of Flipkart and Walmart. As you know, Walmart entered India through Flipkart by taking over the Flipkart major stake, and that Flipkart became the subsidiary of Walmart. Okay, now how much money did Walmart pay to the Flipkart? That is business valuation. Okay, so also mergers and acquisitions. Some of the businesses can have mergers and acquisitions, and that can be finalized through the financial models prepared, and other strategic business decisions like diversification, expansion, etc. Areas of financial modeling. What are the areas of financial modeling that you are going to be using? So you can see financial statement and analysis, which is income statement, balance sheet, cash flow, ratio, common size, comparative, and trend analysis. All these techniques can be used in financial modeling for decision making. And financial management tools like capital budgeting, including sensitivity and scenario analysis, cost of capital, capital structure, valuation and risk analysis, and CVP analysis, that is cost, volume and profit analysis. The most important is assumptions. Whenever you are doing financial modeling, the assumptions, also called as project input sheet, PIS, is the base of everything in financial modeling. So what is it? Assumptions are the base for any financial model. It enables estimation, projection, forecasting, etc. Normally, the major assumptions include sales, capital expenditure. Key assumptions vary from client and industry. It will be influenced by macroeconomic factors, and assumptions should be well defined, reasonable, and logical. And very important is bad assumptions lead to bad financial model, and bad financial model will lead to bad decisions. Okay, so basically, let's learn financial modeling. So as I told you, nothing much about the theory here. So what I want you to understand is, pay attention, that what is financial modeling. We have just taken a overall grasp of it, a glimpse of it, I will say. But financial modeling is all about projection, estimation for understanding the future finances. Now here I would like to give you an example before I proceed ahead. A few years back, maybe I think 3-4 years back, one lady from our family friend circle met me, and she told me that she wants to start a preschool. So preschool is the school for little children, which has a 4 fundamental standards like playgroup, nursery, junior KG, and senior KG. So for that playgroup, nursery, junior KG, and senior KG, she said she wants to start a preschool, and she asked me a question whether should I start or not, will it be profitable or not. Now the question is, you cannot answer this question whether it will be profitable or not unless you have all the fundamental details in hand. So what I did was, I sat with her and I got all the details from her. Also, the geographical area in which she was about to open this preschool, we visited that geographical area and did some overall gross survey of the situation, like who all are the competitors, how many children she can expect to be admitted for different standards like playgroup, nursery, junior KG, senior KG, etc. All these things we actually estimated. Then we estimated how much investment is required, how much investment in premises, how much investment in taking the franchisee, because you know preschools are now run through the franchisee like Eurokids, Kidsy, and so on. So she said she also wants to take one franchisee so that that brand name can be utilized. So we got the details from that also. So overall, how much investment will be required, that we figured out. Then from where the money will come. So she said that she will put 25% from her own pocket and 75% she will bring from loan from bank. So how this loan from bank will come? What will be the rate of interest? How will she repay this loan? How much interest will be charged by the bank? How it will be the spending for her? And ultimately, we arrived at forecasted estimated financial statement for next 8 years for her. And we found out how she is going to make the profit in next 8 years. And for that, all the assumptions were done. So based on that complete financial model, she could take the decision how and where she can start it, how much profit can she expect, how the profit will increase, and so on. On the other hand, I remember I taught financial modeling to various students in last 6 7 years. So in last year's batch only, I taught financial modeling to one girl, and she said that her brother only wanted to start a business, and he was confused whether to start that business or not, whether it will be profitable or not. So she learned financial modeling from me and made that financial model of her brother's business. And it showed that the business is not making profit for first 3 4 years, and then also after that profit is not that great. So they dropped the idea of starting that business. And one other student, he himself wanted to start the business, prepare the financial model, and found that it's going to be great profitable. He got into the business and really it helped him. So you can understand financial models in real time can help you understand the business situations in future. Double underline, provided that the assumptions are correct, that inputs are correct, the data that you have taken to do these assumptions are correct. And we are going to understand exactly that. So today we are going to get into the glimpses of financial modeling using Excel. So in the given time, we will learn some financial models, how they are made and how they are interpreted. Okay, so let's proceed ahead with that. I am opening an Excel sheet. If you want to learn it more appropriate, you can also open Excel sheet and name it as financial modeling learning. I'm opening this Excel sheet. If you want to understand this in more concrete manner, you can, along with me, prepare this Excel sheet and do exactly what I'm doing on this Excel sheet. You can confirm, is the Excel visible to you now?
Yes, sir,
Yes,
it's
sir.
visible.
Yeah, thank you. So we have opened an Excel. Now we will take an example here of a business, and we will see in this business we can prepare few models, few financial models, and how these financial models will give us understanding about the business details. Okay, so you can write here business projects, business project details, business project details. You will type it business project details. Okay, now let's assume that one person wants to start a business which needs a few few fixed assets to start the business. So let's assume these fixed assets. These are our assumptions. Let's say land and building, land and building, and this land and building that is required into the business, it's is let's say of rupees 50 lakhs. 5 and then 6 zeros on that. Then it's going to require plant and machinery of rupees 75 lakhs. And let's say other fixed assets like office equipments, furniture, fixture, etc. of 25 lakhs. 25 lakhs. Okay. Now, total project cost. So whenever in Excel you are making any total or any calculation, you will not do it manually and then type it here, but you will actually calculate it here itself. Okay, so total project cost, and for this total project cost you will use the Excel formula. Now you may say some of you might not be aware of this Excel at all, probably some of you may be aware of Excel little bit, but that is not a problem. Listen to me carefully, because financial modeling uses Excel to just arrive at certain outcomes, and that I teach here as a Excel inputs also and during making the models also. Basically, financial modeling is 75% finance and just 25% Excel. So it is not like somebody is expert in Excel, so he or she will be good in financial modeling. No. But somebody understands finance better can actually use Excel 25% and make the great financial models. So here we are going to just cover few formulas and see how these formulas are used in these models. Okay, and we will proceed ahead, and then I'll talk about the detailed learning of financial modeling at the end of this workshop. So you can now press is equal to sign, is equal to sign, and type SUM, sum. Sum means total. Sum means total. You can open the bracket and select the above three figures, that is 50 lakhs, 75 lakhs, 25 lakhs. Only three figures, bracket closed and enter. So 150 lakhs means 1.5 crores is a total project cost. Total project cost. Okay. So this is going to be the total project cost. I select it and make it bold. Now this total project cost will come into the business by way of own capital and bank loan. By way of own capital and bank loan. Let's assume that own capital will be 40%. So I'm typing 40%. I'm typing 40%. Don't worry, just keep typing and doing exactly what I am doing on the screen. Our fantastic financial models will be ready at the end of this session. So if 40% own capital is introduced, then the rest money is bank loan. So how much is the rest? It is 60%. 60%. So I will type 60% in little different way. I can type 60% straight as I type 40%. But instead of that, I will type it like this. I delete this and I type it is equal to 1 minus own capital, that is 40%. 1 minus B7. 1 minus B7. Now what is B7? I will tell you. B7 is the name of this cell, one square, that's called cell, in which this own capital percentage is written. Now what is B7? You can see it's column B and row 7. Column B and row 7. So it's called B7 and enter. So automatically the answer will be 60%. So suppose in future own capital, you think own capital should be not 40%, but it should be 50%. So you can just change the own capital 50%. Loan capital will automatically change to 50%. If you make own capital 60%, own capital will be 40, bank loan will be 40%. Own capital 60%, bank loan 40%. So let's make own capital 40%, bank loan 60%. Bank loan 60%. Okay. Then let's assume that rate of interest on bank loan is going to be 11%. Rate of interest on bank loan is going to be 11% per annum. And let's assume that this loan repayment period is 5 years. 5 years. So years I will not type in the same cell. I will write in the next cell 5 years, and rate is 11% per annum. 11% per annum. Now these are the business details, business project details. Now you have 3 fixed assets: land and building, plant and machinery, and other fixed assets. Let's assume that you will depreciate land and building at 7% per annum. 7% per annum. So I will write this as just rupees. These are depreciation percentages. Depreciation percentages. Plant and machinery you will depreciate at 9% per annum, and other fixed assets at 10% per annum. 10% per annum. I make the headings centralized and bold. And what I can do is I can make all the borders visible. So these all are my business project details. Business project details. So this is in sheet 1, and you can see down here in the Excel, sheet 1 is written. So I will rename this sheet as PIS. How to rename is right click on this sheet and you can see there is a rename option. You can rename this as PIS. PIS stands for project input sheet. Project input sheet. Project input sheet. So these are our inputs. These are our assumptions. Our project will need 1.5 crores, in which own capital will be 40%, bank loan is 60%, interest on bank loan 11%, repayment period 5 years, and the rate of depreciations as I have mentioned here. Now, first thing I want to prepare is a debt model. Debt model. So I'm going to show you here the first model, that is debt model. So you can now prepare a new Excel sheet. Now, not new Excel document, but additional Excel sheet. You can see here the plus sign is here. You have to click on this plus sign beside your PIS. The place where you have written PIS, create a new sheet and rename that as debt model. Debt model. What is debt model? That if you're going to take 60% bank loan, how are you going to repay this bank loan? How much will be the interest you will pay every year? How much will be the principal repayment you will do every year? And how the loan will look like every year. So that is what we are going to see in the debt model. So you can come to this next sheet, debt model, increase the size of column A, increase the size of column A and name it as debt model. Name it as debt model. One more thing is Priyanka madam.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. They can unmute and ask the question, no, if required.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I will. I would encourage them to do that. So in the process, if anybody is having any doubt, query, question, feel free to ask. If you want me to repeat any command, repeat any process, feel free to ask that, because if you are doing this first time, it is not always very easy. I am trying to go slow, but if you have doubts, you can ask. So debt model. Now in debt model, below this you will write the first detail, bank loan taken. Bank loan taken. Now we are trying to connect debt model with PIS now. Debt model with the first Excel sheet. So let me show you what it is first. You can see total project cost is 150 lakhs or 1.5 crores. 60% of that is bank loan, because it is written clearly here, own capital is 40%, bank loan is 60%. So we want to calculate 60% of total project cost. We will do that, but in the debt model. So how you will do it? Pay attention. In B2 cell, that is column B, row 2, in front of bank loan, you will press is equal to, go to PIS, click on PIS, click on total project cost, which is 150 lakhs, 150 lakhs. Then press multiplication sign, which is there on the head of number 8 in your keyboard. So you can press shift 8, shift 8. So that is multiplication sign. So 150 lakhs multiplied by, take this 60% cell, that is B8. So you can see the formula, it is PIS B5 into PIS B8. This will give you the loan amount. Just press enter and you can see bank loan amount is calculated by Excel here, which is 90 lakhs. Which is 90 lakhs. Yes.
Sir, please can you show this again?
Sure, we will do this again. We will do this again. I think people are waiting in the lobby, it is mentioned, so we will
yes, sir,
add
I'll
that.
check.
Yeah, yes. So we will do this again now. Press is equal to, go to PIS, take the cell 150 lakhs, which is B5, multiplied by 60%, 60%, which is B8, and press enter. Press enter. So you got a bank loan taken 90 lakhs. Is that clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Rate of interest. We will bring the rate of interest from PIS. So just press is equal to. We are not calculating, but we are bringing that rate of interest here by connecting to PIS. So just say is equal to and take this 11% cell. 11%. So that 11% will come here straight. Rate of interest has come here. Then you take repayment period. Payment period. So bring that same from PIS, same as we did interest, 5 years. So you will bring this 5. If you want repayment period, you can write years in bracket here. Interest rate, you can write interest rate per annum. Interest rate per annum is 11%. Repayment period is 5 years. Now we will calculate equated annual installment, also called as EAI. You people are familiar with EMI, that is equated monthly installment. I am showing you here EAI, equated annual installment. Okay, so how much it is? Now I'll show you the formula for calculating equated annual installment. Means if you have taken 90 lakh rupees loan at 11% rate of interest and you are going to repay this in 5 years in 5 equal installments, then how much this installment would be? And for that we are going to use the formula called PMT. PMT. So from where will you get this formula? I will show you. See, in Excel, here it is formula bar. Formula bar. You can see my cursor moving here, formula bar. Beside the formula bar, there is written FX, which is insert function. So this Excel functions are there. Number of Excel functions. And one of that is PMT, which will help you calculate EAI. So you can click on FX. You have to do it with me. Click on FX. Then this insert function window is open. Insert function window is open. Now it is asking you search for function. Type a brief description of what you want to do and then click go. Whatever this is written, you can delete and type PMT. PMT and press go. So the first option below you can find select a function. In that the first option itself is PMT. I want that only. Now number of PMTs are there, but I want only the first simple PMT and press OK. Now PMT formula is open. Function arguments open. You can see the function arguments on the screen. Now it is asking you this EAI, you want to calculate at what rate, what is the rate of interest on this loan. So in this rate square, just give this 11%. Give the cell, don't type. Give the cell, click on 11% cell, which is B3, which is B3. Then it is asking the period. N means period. NPER means period. Period in which you are going to repay this loan. So give this sale which is having 5, that is 5 years. B4. B4. And it is asking you the present value of loan. PV stands for present value. Present value means how much loan have you taken? How much loan have you taken? So in PV you will give 90 lakhs, but in Excel you have to give little different. I'll show you how. Give this 90 lakhs, which is B2, which is B2, and behind B2, before this B2, press minus sign. Press minus sign, which is beside your 0 in your keyboard. Minus sign. And press OK. Press OK. So you got a bigger figure here, which is 24 lakhs 35,132.79. Suppose I don't want this 0.79, I will go to the ribbon again and you can see my cursor decrease decimals. You can either increase decimals or decrease decimals. So I will click on decrease decimals. I don't want decimal points. So I calculated EAI, equated annual installment, is equal to 24 lakhs 35,133. Is this calculation of EAI clear to everyone?
Sir,
Yes,
can
sir.
you explain this again?
Sure. We will do this once again. Doesn't take much time. Click on FX. Now, if you have already done, below here, most recently used function, you will get PMT. The first it will be. If not, you can again search it by deleting the above line. You can type PMT, press go, take PMT, OK. So first function argument has come here. Rate I will give 11%. Period is 5 years. And the value of loan is 90 lakhs. But before this 90 lakhs, press minus sign and press OK. So you got 24 lakh 35,133. Anybody wanting me to do it once again, you can definitely tell me, and if you're clear, I am happy.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Please ask.
Also, why do we put the minus sign?
Excellent question. See, what happens is, I'll show you. If I don't put a minus sign, then in Excel the arrangement is such, because it is a repayment, the answer will come in minus. You can see the answer here, minus 24 lakh 35,133. But I don't want the answer in minus. I want the answer in plus. So I will put a minus sign behind this B2 to get the answer in plus. Understood?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Great. Okay, so now what has happened? We have calculated debt model details. I will do one thing. This debt model which is written, I will make merge and center. See, you can see in home I have used this merge center. I always believe in nice presentation, so I will make it color coded and bold. and I will select all these lines and make the borders visible. Make the borders visible. So one square is ready, which debt model is ready, but it's not a complete debt model. I have just calculated EAI. I want to see how this loan is getting repaid in 5 years with this EAI. So what I will do is leave one row and type loan schedule. Loan schedule. Type loan schedule. Then next row type particulars. We people from accounting and finance background, we are happy to write particulars, and we will write years. How many years you are taking to repay the loan? 5 years you are taking to repay the loan. Okay, you can answer, huh? We can keep it interactive. I would be very happy if you keep it interactive and answer and ask your queries. I'm more than happy to answer them. So particulars and 5 years I have written. This loan schedule I will make merge and center. I will make it color coded. I will make it bold. And now I want to see how this loan is being repaid in 5 years. How this loan is being repaid in 5 years. Okay, so let's do this. First, I will write opening balance. Opening balance. Then I will write principal repaid. And then I will write closing balance. Closing balance. Now here I want your full attention. It's easy once you understand this. But then if you give more than 100% attention, you'll be clear with this. Now, in the first year, opening balance of loan is loan taken. So I will just press is equal to and take the loan taken figure from the above. B2 is equal to B2. So I have connected the B2 cell here. So loan taken is B2, which is 90 lakhs. In the first year, opening balance is 90 lakhs. Now, how much is loan repaid? That is a question. Please pay attention. Equated annual installment consists of interest and principal both. But I want only principal, and then I will get the closing balance. I will get the closing balance. But leave one line and type interest as a part of EAI. You type it with me. We will write and I will re-explain anywhere required. So I want that this equated annual installment, which I just made it pink, 24,35,133. In this, how much is the interest portion and how much is the principal portion? We want to calculate. So what we will do first, we will calculate the interest. Now what you can do is, if you have typed this, you can make all the borders visible so that it will be very clear to you. All the borders visible. Now interest in the first year and even in the next subsequent years will be equal to 11% of opening balance. I repeat, interest will be equal to 11% per annum is the rate of interest on opening balance of every year. on opening balance of every year. So you will write is equal to, take the opening balance, multiplied by 11%. 11%. Okay, I want full attention. Multiplied by 11%. You can see the formula. Formula is what? B9 into B3. B9 is opening balance into B3. Enter. Enter. Understand, when you calculate it for second year, you want opening balance of second year, which is C9, into interest rate, which is 11%, which is again B3 only. B3 only. So what you have to do is you have to drag it. How to drag? See, bring your cursor on this 9,90,000. Bring your cursor on this 9,90,000 and bring it to the bottom right side corner, where your plus sign becomes black. See, other places it is a white plus sign. When you bring to the right side bottom, it becomes black plus sign. Then press the left click and drag it to the other places. But then see the formula. I want your attention. Here something new to learn. You can tell me what is the formula when you are on this sale 9,90,000. What is the formula? You can see in the formula bar and tell me. Anybody?
B9.
B9 into B3. Okay. When you come to the next sale, what is the formula?
C9 into
Beside 9,90,000, what is the formula?
C9 into C.
C9 into C3. But if you look at C3 cell, there is nothing. So what has happened? Excel jumps to the next cell, and you don't want Excel to jump to next cell because we want to calculate 11% only on all years opening balance. So small change in the formula we will do. So what you do is delete these zeros which have come in year 2, 3, 4, 5 in front of interest. Delete it. I just wanted to show you this, so I dragged it. Now what you do is, listen to this. You want to see you see this formula bar. You want to keep B9 into B3. B3 cell contains 11% rate of interest, and that should not change. That should not change. So what you can do is you can put the dollar sign before B and before 3. Before B and before 3. Dollar sign is there on number 4. When you press shift 4, dollar sign will come. So this dollar sign you have to put. So your formula becomes B9 into $B $3. $B $3. There is one more way of putting this dollar. Listen to this. I delete these dollars. I keep my cursor on this B3 in the formula bar and I press function F4. In your laptop, there is one key called Fn. On the left hand side bottom beside control key, normally in different laptops it takes in different positions, but this FN key you have to press, keep it pressed and press F4 from the above. F4. So automatically both the dollar signs are inserted. Both the dollar signs are inserted. So now 11% cell is freezed. It won't change. 11% cell is freezed. It won't change. And then enter, then press enter. Then press enter. And then you can drag it all the places. Drag it all the places. I have told you how to drag. Anybody has a query how to drag?
No, sir.
No query. Okay, good. So though the answer is zero because opening balances are all zero yet. We have not inserted the opening balance. Now listen to this. How much is principal repaid in year 1? Look logically. Year 1 equated annual installment is 24,35,133. From that interest is 9,90,000. So obviously balance amount is principal repaid. Balance amount is principal repaid. And every year it is same. Equated annual installment minus interest. I repeat, equated annual installment amount minus interest of every year will be principal repaid. So we will write it is equal to, in row number 10 in principal repaid you write is equal to take the EAI, that is B5 and freeze it, function F4. You don't want to change because EAI every year is same because it's equated annual installment. Like we pay EMI monthly, it is annual. EAI minus interest of first year, which is 9,90,000. 9,90,000. Enter. So you can see principal repaid in the first year is 14,45,133. Can somebody tell me how much will be the closing balance in year 1? How much is the closing balance in year 1? How much? How will you get it?
So B9 minus B10.
Excellent, is equal to opening balance, which is B9 minus principal repaid, which is B10. Good answer. So your closing balance is 75,54,867 in the year 1. Very nicely you are responding to the questions that I'm asking. I'm very happy. Can you tell me what will be the second year opening balance? How will you get it? Second year opening balance of loan.
That would be the closing balance of the first year.
Excellent. That is the closing balance of year 1. I'm not typing anything. Look at me. Look at my every movement here on the Excel. I'm not typing. I'm just connecting. Is equal to opening balance of year 2 is equal to closing balance of year 1, which is B11. Enter. B11. Enter. So obviously you got the interest of the second year because second year interest was equal to opening balance of second year into 11% freezed. Now you don't have to do anything. You have to just drag. I will tell you how. Listen to me. Now, take the opening balance of second year and drag up to year 5. Take the opening balance of second year and drag up to year 5. Let it be 0 right now. Take the principal repayment and drag up to year 5. If you are getting the same answer like I got here, you can increase the column size by double click on the right edge of the column name. See where my cursor is. Double click. Because the column size is small, so the answer is not coming correct there. If you're getting same, you can increase the column size by double clicking on the edge of the column name. And then drag the closing balance. Drag the closing balance. Drag the closing balance. And look at the closing balance of the loan at year 5, which I made pink right now. How much is the closing balance of the loan in year 5?
0.
0. Means in 5 years you are repaying entire loan with this equated annual installment. Is that clear?
Sir, can you please show the process of closing balance for the first year only?
Yeah, closing balance, you can see the formula. Closing balance of the first year is what? Opening balance minus principal repaid. That is B9 minus B10 and drag it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You want me to do this again maybe? Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
we got, huh? What you say?
Sir, can you repeat it again? The whole process is okay, sir.
Sure, we will do it. It won't take more time now because once you have learned it, I will just do it in 2 to 3 minutes. Don't worry. Don't worry. See, I bring opening balance first. If you want, you can do it with me quickly. I brought the 90 lakh rupees opening balance. Fine. Then I want to calculate the interest. Interest is 11% of opening balance. So I will press equal to opening balance multiplied by 11%. Freeze it. Function F4. I don't want to change that cell. That B3 has to remain same. Enter and drag it. And drag it. Drag it. Now I will calculate a principal. Principal is equal to EAI. Freeze it because every year it is same. EAI. Freeze it because every year it is same. Minus interest. Minus interest. I got EAI. I got principal repaid. Sorry. Principal repaid. Closing balance is equal to opening balance minus principal repaid. That is B9 up minus B10. B9 minus B10. And second year opening balance is first year closing balance. Second year opening balance is first year closing balance. And then just dragging process. Drag the opening balance. Drag the principal repaid. Drag the closing balance. And you can see at the end of the period it is 0. At the end of the period it is 0, which I just made pink. So here your debt model is complete. Debt model is complete. Okay, now what I will do is I will just count, I will just calculate here beside the loan schedule outcomes. I will write outcomes. I can color code this as blue. Outcomes. I will calculate the total interest now. I will calculate the total interest, which is equal to SUM bracket open, SUM bracket open, and just make the total of all the interest of 5 years. That is B13 to F13. B13 to F13, bracket closed, enter. So you can see total interest you are paying is how much? It is 31,75,664. So if you want, beside this you can write total interest. Total interest. 31,75,664. I will also calculate same for total principal repayment. So is equal to SUM bracket open. Just make the principal repaid of all the years B10 to F10 bracket closed, enter. This is total principal repaid. Obviously you have taken 90 lakh rupees loan, so you will pay 90 lakhs. Simple. You will pay 90 lakhs. Okay. Now listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully. Now with this project you have gone to the bank. You have gone to the bank. Okay. And when you have gone to the bank, you found out that the loan is not available at 11%, but they are charging 12% rate of interest. 12% rate of interest. I repeat, with this project, you have gone to the bank and bank is charging 12% rate of interest and not 11%. So what will you do? Will you again prepare the loan schedule or debt model? Will you again prepare it
No,
at
sir.
12%?
No,
No.
sir.
Then what will you do?
So just go to B3 and change it to 12%.
Even don't go to P3, go to PIS. Go to PIS, which is our input sheet. See, in debt model, you will agree with me, I haven't typed anything. Whatever I typed is only in input sheet. So I go to the rate of PIS, rate of interest, I make it 12%. In the place of 11%, I made it 12%, enter. And go to debt model now, you can see everything has changed automatically. Earlier you were 24 lakh 35,000 something was EAI, now it is 24 lakh 96,000 something. Earlier you were paying 31 lakh something interest, now you're paying 34 lakh 83,437 interest on the loan of 90 lakhs. 90 lakhs. Okay, so once the model is ready, you can actually play with that model and get all the outputs. Now suppose if you want, instead of 12%, I again make it 11%. Again everything is changed to the original situation. You can see. Now suppose your own capital is 40% and bank loan is 60%. But you realized that you cannot put 40%. You can put an only 20%. 80% bank loan you want. So what you do is only change the own capital. Please see here. Own capital is how much? 40%. Just type it as 20%. Automatically bank loan has become 80%. Go to the debt model. And now see, everything is ready for 80%. Increase the column size where the figures are not properly visible. You can see now loan has become 1 crore 20 lakhs and 11% debt schedule, loan schedule is ready. Now the total interest you will pay is 42 lakh 34,218. If you want, you can remove all the decimal points and keep the clean figures for your understanding. I will select all and remove the decimal points. All the clean figures are there for my understanding. Like this, you have prepared a loan schedule. So advantage is that you can make it once and then you can make the changes as you want, and you can make it, you can bring out the outcomes. Okay, suppose you want to see if you repay in 4 years, what happens? Go to PIS and make the repayment period 4. Enter. See the debt model. See the debt model. Now you don't need 5th year. You can delete 5th year because in the 4th year end only your balances become 0. Balances become 0. Like this. Again go to PIS, make it 5 years. Again you are back to the original. So this is your debt model. I have taught you how to prepare a debt model. And often in many projects you need a debt model. Okay, we are going to see one more model now, that is fixed asset model. Fixed
Excuse me,
asset
sir.
model. Huh.
So can you show the bank loan taken formula or
uh,
B2?
B2, yes. You can see in the formula bar also. It is PIS B5 into PIS B8. I'll show you PIS. B5 is total project cost into B8 is bank loan. Bank
Okay,
loan
sir.
percentage.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. I will again make it 40% own capital and 80% loan capital. So I have taken the 90 lakh rupees loan and I am back to the original loan schedule. Back to the original loan schedule. Okay. Any other doubt on debt model before I go to the next, that is fixed asset model?
No, sir.
No doubts. So let's create one more Excel sheet and rename that Excel sheet as FA model, that is fixed asset model. Fixed asset model. Increase the size of column A and name it as fixed assets model. Fixed asset model. First bring all the fixed assets from PIS, particulars and rupees and depreciation percentages. Particulars, rupees and depreciation percentages, make it center bold. Make it center bold. We'll make the borders visible and other formatting later. Now let's do one thing. Go to PIS and copy the names, only names of all the fixed assets and total project cost. Control C, only names, no amounts. Control V, Control C, Control V, all the names of the assets and the total project cost is copied here. Now amounts we will not type but connect it to the PIS. So you will type is equal to is equal to, go to PIS. Take the amount of land and building, which is 50 lakhs, and enter. 50 lakhs and enter. Now you can drag it down. Everything has come. 50 lakhs, 75 lakhs plant and machinery, other assets 25 lakhs, total project cost 150 lakhs means 1.5 crores. 1.5 crores. Let's bring the depreciation percentage. Go to PIS, bring this 7%. Bring this 7%, enter. And drag it to the 3 places because only 3 assets are there. Only 3 assets. Increase the column size of column D, not much, slightly increase the size. Have you brought the amount of fixed assets and depreciation percentages here, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Great.
Yes, sir.
Great. Then write years and type the years 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make the years also bold and centralized. Bold and centralized. Now we will do one assumption that the depreciation is charged on fixed installment method, means every year 7% of the original cost. 7% of original cost. 7% of original cost. Okay. So you can write for land and building in year 1. Land and building year 1 is equal to take 50 lakhs multiplied by 7%. 50 lakhs multiplied by 7%. Now I want your attention. When I drag this to year 2, 3, 4 and 5, I want the row to change but not the column. I repeat, when I drag this to column 2, 3, 4, 5 years, I want the row to change, because row changes, I will get the plant and machinery and other fixed assets. But the column should not change. Column should not change. So what I will do is I will put the $sign only before row number, that is $B3 into $C3. $B3 into $C3. I enter, and then you can drag it to the right up to 5th year and drag it down. Don't click anywhere, but drag it down to row number 5. And you got the depreciation on all the fixed assets. All the fixed assets, including other fixed assets. You want to confirm this? You can see. Can you see the calculator on the screen? Windows calculator on the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, great. So 50 lakh rupees is your land and building into 7%, that is into 7 by 100 or into 0.07. So you can see 3,50,000 is a depreciation every year, and that is right. Then you have 75 lakhs as your plant and machinery. On that 9% means 6,75,000 every year, that is right. And 25 lakh rupees other fixed asset, 10% of that is obviously 2,50,000, that is also right. So you got the depreciation of all the years in one click and then drag. One click and then drag. Are all of you clear about how I calculated the depreciation?
Sir, can you please show it again?
Definitely. Let's do it again. Is equal to, you know that we want the amount of land and building into the depreciation rate. But when you drag it, column should not change. Only row can change so that you can get the plant and machinery and other fixed asset thereafter. So what you will do is take the B3, which is land and building, and behind B put the dollar sign multiplied by C3, and before C put a dollar sign, enter. Then come to the drag point, drag it to the right first and drag it down 3 rows. Drag it down 3 rows. When you drag 3 lines, you get the depreciation on all the 3 assets. And then you want, suppose after that you want depreciation per annum. Have you all understood the depreciation now?
Yes, sir. It is clear.
Yes, sir.
Great. Now, every year depreciation is equal to the total of all 3 assets depreciation. So you can just make the sum is equal to SUM bracket open. Take all the 3 figures, 3 depreciations, bracket closed. You can see the formula bar. It is E3 to E5. Sum of E3 to E5, enter. So every year depreciation is 12,75,000 and you can drag it. You can drag it. So you got the depreciation of all the years. Then I will calculate accumulated depreciation. I write in short here ACC dot depreciation. Accumulated depreciation. So I will make the total of all the depreciations. Total of all the depreciations. So accumulated for depreciation for the first year is equal to only first year's depreciation. I repeat if you want. Accumulated depreciation for the first year is only the depreciation per annum of first year. Depreciation per annum of first year. But accumulated depreciation of year 2 is equal to, please do it with me. If doubt, you can ask me again. Accumulated depreciation of year 2 is equal to accumulated depreciation of year 1 plus depreciation per annum of year 2. Depreciation per annum of year 2. You can see the formula is E7 plus Fx, F6, E7 plus F6. And then you can drag it. So you get the cumulative depreciation. Cumulative depreciation. And then you can calculate. Is accumulated depreciation clear to all, and even depreciation per annum clear to all?
So can you explain depreciation per annum?
Sure. We will do it once again both. Everything. Depreciation per annum is just the total of above 3 depreciations. That is equal to SUM bracket open. Take all the three figures, that is E3 to E5, bracket closed, E3 to E5, just making a total sum, enter. So every year, because we have a fixed installment method, depreciation remains same. So every year it is same, 12,75,000 every year. 12,75,000 every year. And accumulated depreciation of first year is equal to just the depreciation of first year. Just the depreciation of, because there is nothing more to accumulate. It is only year one. But accumulated depreciation of second year is equal to accumulated depreciation of the last year, that is year one, plus depreciation per annum of year two. Depreciation per annum of year two. You can see the formula, it is E7 plus F6, enter. And then you can drag it. You got the total depreciation. I'll show you the formula. 12,75,000, you can see the calculator. 12,75,000 is the every year depreciation into 5 years. If you do, you can see you get the accumulated depreciation of fifth year, which is 63,75,000. 63,75,000. And then you can calculate net block. Net block means what? Net fixed assets. That is fixed asset minus depreciation. Fixed asset minus depreciation. Fixed asset minus depreciation. So how will you do it? I'll tell you. Is equal to, take the total fixed assets which is in column B, row 6, B6, B6, and freeze it, because every year I want the same 150 lakhs. 150 lakhs. Minus accumulated depreciation of year 1, which is E7. Accumulated depreciation of year 1. In my Excel sheet it is E7. So my formula is B6 freezed minus E7 not freezed, and enter, and I will drag it. So at the end of fifth year also, my net fixed asset, that is fixed asset minus total depreciation, comes to 86,25,000. 86,25,000. And here my fixed asset model is complete. I will make the heading merge, center, color coded, bold, and all the borders visible. All the borders visible. Here my fixed asset model is complete. Any doubt in the fixed asset model that we have prepared? Anybody having any doubt in the fixed asset model? No doubt. Great. Now suppose latter stage, you are into planning stage right now. So in planning stage, you know, the things keep on changing. Your estimations keep on changing. You found out that land and building will need not 50 lakhs but 60 lakhs. 60 lakhs. So you want to change it to 60 lakhs. So you can type in PIS, go to PIS, 50 lakhs, instead of 50 lakhs type 60 lakhs, enter. Now see, 10 lakhs your total project cost increased. Obviously that has led to increase in your loan amount. Earlier it was 90 lakhs, it is 96 lakhs now. Your EAI increased from 24 lakhs something to 25 lakhs something, and your loan schedule changed. You go to FA model. Here also your entire thing changed because now land and building is 6 lakhs, 60 lakhs. Earlier depreciation was something 3 lakh 75,000 or something. Now it is 4 lakh 20,000. 4 lakhs 20,000. So in financial model, whatever change you want to do, you can do in project input sheet only and nowhere else. I bring the land and building back to the 50 lakhs and I am back to the normal original assumptions. My debt model is back to 90 lakhs loan taken. My FA model is back to the original FA model. 3,50,000 depreciation on land and building, like this. So whatever you want to change, you can make the change in project input sheet only. Okay, so we have seen here debt model and FA model, and we saw how to prepare a project input sheet, and we saw how to prepare a debt model, FA model, and how changes made in project input sheet will lead to the overall change in other models made, because everything is interconnected. Everything is interconnected. Okay, so now I will show you a ready-made financial model. You can see here a ready-made financial model. If you remember, I gave you example of starting a preschool. I told you the one lady came to me, she wanted to start a preschool, and this is the project input sheet of her preschool. She wanted to start a preschool and she named it as Kid Zone. And you can see what are my details. Project input, in that I have franchisee deposit 5 lakhs, furniture as per Kid Zone specification. You must have seen the small children's school. It is very colorful and all furniture is very decorated, etc. So 4 lakhs for that. 2 air condition 70,000, electric fitting 10,000, deposit of rental premises 1,50,000. Total project cost 11,30,000. Then depreciation I have taken. Franchisee deposit is written off in 8 years. Furniture 10% FIM. Air condition 12% FIM. Electric fitting 12% FIM. Then you can see own capital is 25%. Bank loan is 75%. Interest on bank loan is 12.5%. Now I don't want you to get bombarded with this, but I will just tell you, I sat with that lady and we did all the assumptions we put into the Excel. So you can see we have written loan repayment period is 60 months. She's going to take the premises on rent. You can see row number 19, 30,000 per month is rent. Rent is expected to grow by 10% every year. Advertisement expenses. She's going to employ some staff like school manager, then 2 primary teachers, cleaning staff, and their salary is going to increase by 5%. Then we estimated the fee structure also. Playgroup, she's going to charge 25,000 for the year, nursery 27,500, junior KG 30,000, senior KG 32,500. 20% fee will increase only in the 5th year because there is a competition. And then we also estimated how many number of children will come to her school every year. And you can see we have done all the estimations for 8 years. Year 0 to year 8. Year 0 is today, and then year 1 end, year 2 end, etc. Tax rate we have taken 20%, and you can see how we have prepared the models. Now I'll show you models for just your understanding, just your glimpses. You can see similar fixed asset model I have prepared for her. Fixed asset model for Kids Zone Preschool. Is it visible to you? Fixed asset model for Kids Zone Preschool.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can see it is similar to the fixed asset, similar to what we made fixed asset model. It is similar. Same depreciation is calculated, depreciation per annum, accumulated depreciation, net block, everything is calculated. Then I am showing you the debt model. A big change is that we prepared, I'll get you back to our model. We prepare debt model yearly, only for 5 years. But if you see my Kids Zone model, she is going to pay in 5 years, but monthly installment. So I calculated EMI, and you can see my debt loan schedule. It is not for 5 years. It is for 60 months. You can see how big my loan schedule is. How big my loan schedule. It is 60 months, and at the end of 60th month, the loan is zero. Loan is zero. Like this, I have prepared loan schedule for 60 months. Then we just saw fixed asset model and debt model. Similarly, a revenue model is prepared. How much revenue she will generate every year from various classes like playgroup, nursery, junior KG, senior KG, etc. Her total revenue. Okay, you can see the revenue model on the screen. Then we prepare expenses model in the next sheet. Her premises rent, advertisement promotion, school manager's salary, teacher's salary, cleaning staff salary, etc. Then we prepare income statement for her. So we could find out that in the first year, you can see the row number 913. She will make a profit after tax rupees 2 lakhs something in the first year, and it will change in the 8th year. She will make a profit of 17 lakhs. 17 lakhs in the 8th year. We also prepared the balance sheet. You can see the balance sheet is tallied, equities and liabilities and assets. Both the side totals are same. You can see total liabilities and total assets. First year is 12 lakhs 1246, both the side total. Whereas 8th year total is 76 lakhs 28,122. Then we also prepared the cash flow model. Cash flow model for Kids Zone Preschool. You can see how I have prepared the cash flow. All the inflows minus outflow will give you the closing balance of the cash. Then we prepared weighted average cost of capital. We calculated, and we prepared how this project is going to perform. Project evaluation model for 8 years. So you can see here row number 9, 10 and 11, which I have color coded as blue just now. NPV, the project will generate the NPV of 35 lakhs 81,013 rupees. IRR is 99.48%. Like this, the project seems to be excellent. And then this entire project output was shared with her, and she could proceed ahead. That's how the entire financial model looks like. Okay, so like this, number of projects, number of financial models I have prepared. This is only for Kids Zone Preschool. I have prepared the financial models for manufacturing businesses like producing two-wheelers, four-wheelers, etc. I have also prepared financial models for personal finances, that is an individual, salaried individual. You can make the financial model for the salaried individual, and it is miraculous. Excel gives you fantastic outcomes. Okay, this is how the financial models are prepared. Now moving ahead. Just a second.